What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily, your source for daily tech news. Make sure you subscribe so you know what's going on in the world of tech. We have some exciting news today about a couple of phones that I'm extremely excited about. One of them I'm really excited about. And we also have a couple of questions, so let's just dive right into the tech news. First, our first story of the day, I'm going to start it off big. It's a phone that was coming out and then it was canceled and we didn't know that much about it, and we still kind of don't know that much about it, but it's seemingly back to life and it's seemingly coming out fairly soon based off of what we know right now. Now, as you can see from this headline, the Google Pixel Fold benchmark suggests that the phone is still in the works and coming soon. And when we jump over to this, the Galaxy put this together for us a little bit clean, so that's why I decided to use it. But ultimately, Google Pixel Fold benchmark 4 score. It's showing that it has a Tensor processor. It's showing that it's going to run Android 12, and it's also showing that it's going to have 12 gigabytes of RAM. And it's got some fairly impressive scores with a score of 4851 on the single core and 11442 on the multi-core score. And when this boils down to, they usually don't put out benchmarks for phones unless they're mere 2-3 months away or a month away or weeks away from being released. So this really makes me feel like this phone, based if it's coming off on a benchmark, is that it's going to be released in the next 2 to 3 months. My guess, if this still rings to be true after this phone seemingly canceled or whatever, is that the phone will probably be released in March or April. I feel like it's actually going to be April. I'm hoping it'll be sooner though, due to the fact that I just want the phone. It's supposed to have the same form factor as a Galaxy Z Fold phone, where it can open and close. It has the big screen. It has this, long and skinny display. After that, it's got the cameras on top of the displays like the Z Fold 2. The cameras on the phone itself are supposed to be Pixel 5-esque-ish, which is fine with me. It's still a really good camera. I would have preferred Pixel 6, but I'll deal with it. So I'm really excited about this. I know some of you don't care, some of you do. This is fairly exciting news, and hopefully as time develops, we'll learn more and more about if it's gonna be released, when it's gonna be released, and everything else. Next up is a car charger. Not very exciting, but this should launch when the Galaxy S22 Ultra launches, and you can see the new Samsung car charger EPL4020 launching alongside the S22 series. One-time charge, obviously one port, and it charges at 15 watts, or you can max it out at 25 watts. So if it charges fairly fast, it's probably gonna be like 40 bucks, which to me, I think is overpriced. These things should be like 20 bucks or less usually. But exciting if you're a fan of car chargers, Samsung products. Again, this will be out when the S22 launches. Next up, we dive a little bit deeper into the S22 Ultra, and some of the details we know, some of them we don't, and it's just interesting overall. So you definitely want to take hold of this if you're getting the S22 Ultra. This is coming from a video that ZTech Care has just put out. So if you want to watch that video, I'll link it right down below. But ultimately, Shana Garwell's put out this tweet detailing the highlights of that video, saying that there'll be the super clear lens, 108 megapixel wide angle lens. We're gonna get the 12-bit HDR photos and videos. I think that's up from 10-bit if I'm not mistaken. 45-watt charging will come standard with the S22 Ultra. Super natural handwriting experience. So again, the handwriting experience will have a lag, this is basically nothing. 2.8 milliseconds S Pen latency, which is 3 times better than the Note 20's 9 milliseconds. So it's pretty impressive. And then the base model will only have 8 gigabytes of RAM. Again, we know and knew some of this stuff if you've been following along over the last couple of days and weeks. Most of that stuff isn't really new. It's just diving a little bit deeper into it, getting more confirmation that this stuff is and truly is the way it's going to be for this phone. And it leads the question for you guys is, what's the most impressive and least impressive feature of the S22 Ultra? Put it in the comments down below. For me, I think the least impressive, but it also probably doesn't even mean much, is the 8 gigabytes of RAM. I think they shouldn't put that on their flagship phone anywhere near it. That should be for the Plus version and the regular version. And then the other part of it is, I'd have to say, Man, I'm probably going, even though I'm not a big S Pen guy, I'd probably say the S Pen, getting that latency down, having it be formally insertable into the phone. I think that's the most impressive features for the phone to really take over the Note line at that point. Thanks for watching, guys. With that said, let's jump into the Q&A portion of the video and drop that beat. First question goes from New York's Finest. Are you seeing leaks that the S22 Ultra in the white has more shiny chrome around the edges than the other colors? What do you think of the shiny chrome around the edges? And do you think it will attract more buyers to buy the white color instead because of the shiny chrome back? Most of the photos I've seen haven't, at least from what I've seen, I could be completely blind, haven't noticed the shiny chrome edges. I don't think it's going to be a big selling point in terms of people not buying it or buying it because of that fact. And then everybody puts a case on. Does it matter even what the color of the phone is really at that point? Like I'll be like, oh, I want this color, but at the end of the day, I have a black case or something on the back, or clear if I can see the color. But ultimately, it won't bother me. I don't think it'll bother a lot of people. And then to finish it up, Shajil Shazad says, which one do you think will be a bigger upgrade, Tab S7 Plus to Tab S8 Ultra or S21 Ultra to the S22 Ultra? PS, the upgrades aren't always as huge as seen on paper. Man, it's an interesting question, because there's things about the S21 Ultra to the S22 Ultra that are pretty big. Insertable S Pen, better cameras, brighter display, better performance. And then you look at something like the S7 Plus to the S8 Ultra, and it's got a much bigger display, like 2 or 3 inches bigger almost. It's gonna have better specs. I don't know, it's a tough one, but if I had to put, I'm gonna say the Tab S8 Ultra. I think that'll be a bigger upgrade out of the two experiences versus the S21 to S22. Thanks for your questions. If you have a question, leave it in the comments down below with the word question, and I'll answer it tomorrow. We'll see you down the road. Peace.